Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow Tzu Chi volunteers from across the globe. My name is David Liu, and I have been a Tzu Chi volunteer for 30 years. It is my honor to be here with you today. Today's English training section consists of more than 400 volunteers from 21 countries participating right now online. The opportunity to gather and learn is a joyous event because there is an abundance of learning, especially in the area of elevating our mental awareness. For the past 2 years, the world has been plagued by COVID-19, and our living, working, purchasing, eating, socializing, learning, and communication habits have drastically evolved. In this ever-changing world, if we don't evolve accordingly, we may very quickly become obsolete and be out of the loop. Therefore, as contributing members of the society, we need master adaptability and agility. These two principles are very important nowadays if we want to be a wise volunteer in Tzu Chi. Absorbing Dharma and applying the learning also should evolve our current events of our time. Otherwise, we will find ourselves out of touch with the society. For the past 2 years since the pandemic, most countries applied various lockdown restrictions that prevented people together. All social activities were prohibited. But luckily, living in the 21st century, speedy internet and technology enable us to transform in-person interactions to a digital version. This is allowing us to efficiently gather here today to host this training. This digital gathering is also a first for many of us, and I foresee this trend is here to stay. What is worth mentioning is that through online gatherings, Tzu Chi forged partnership with other NGO organizations to conduct material relief efforts in 96 COVID-impacted regions, made up of 44 countries. Also, in the peak of India's COVID pandemic in 2021, crippled by the Delta variant, Tzu Chi collaborated with some Indian organizations and brought life-saving aid to 26 of 28 Indian provinces. This method of aid distribution was a first for us, but Master Ching Yuan was adamant to seize the opportunity to help. Also, although there is only one volunteer in India, Tzu Chi overcame all difficulties and helped the people in Buddha's hometown in a very flexible and wondrous way. Experiencing this, I learned that compassion and wisdom are more important than knowledge when it comes to relieve sufferings. Some volunteers may ask, what is the purpose of obtaining commissionership? Why can I just be a volunteer? This is because through training and Dharma cultivation, we expect to be a wise and compassionate person. And even more importantly, we realize how to apply the wisdom to do the good deeds. The master believes when the world is under duress and so many people in suffering, Tzu Chi volunteers should demonstrate a spirit of Bodhisattva, regardless of how challenging the circumstances are. As long as compassion and wisdom are used in parallel, we should overcome all setbacks. So to be a Bodhisattva in practice, we cannot stay at home and do nothing. From very beginning of the pandemic, Master remind us to keep calm and carry on with our Tzu Chi duties. But one thing very important is we must follow local authorities' protocols of pandemic prevention. To be a volunteer must know how to protect himself as well. So as you know, now the war raging in Ukraine, this causing more than 3 million refugees to be displaced in Poland and neighbor countries. Tzu Chi Taiwan headquarters focus on supporting local Polish volunteers to conduct material distribution in key locations in Poland, and also in exploring viable paths to provide humanitarian relief. We hope this comprehensive relief plan will be taken action as quickly as possible. From the teaching of the global pandemic and the ongoing war, the future of Tzu Chi will continue to span multi-continents and rely on the execution of the local teams. This brings us to the pressing topic of Tzu Chi's talent preservation and role transition. So the trained, fluent English-speaking volunteers take on a critical role. So all of you are very important for Tzu Chi, which is why we place a great importance to the training of English-speaking volunteers around the world. I hope all of us will see this affinity and enrich ourselves. It looks like we are helping others. Actually, we are benefiting ourselves as well. This training is also a form of a life education, teaching us to establish our core value. So let us join effort together. Today, I'm very grateful to have such good opportunity to connect with you all. Here, I also want to press every one of you, learning with joy and get joy in learning. All the best for every one of you. Thank you very much.
By CEO Liu for your sharing and reminding us all of the work we have done and the work that we still have to do to help the world. Thank you to all our volunteers for your hard work over the past 2 years. And I do hope that we can work hard together as we move on. So next, let us respectfully invite Dharma Master Dutton to give her words of blessings. Let us pay our respect to Master Dutton first. Everyone, please stand and bow to Master. Please bow.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dutton. 非常感恩今天有这样的因缘，代表最敬爱的上人，感恩大家。现在这个时刻，因缘非常非常殊胜，有21个国家，然后有400多位的学员一起在云端的线上学习。
I'm very honored to represent Master Chen Yen to be here and speaking with you all today. At this very pious moment in time. In fact, there are volunteers from over 21 countries and over 400 of us online together at this presence.
也非常的祝福大家同时发心立愿要加入慈济的大家庭。当我们知道这个世间其实充满了苦难，如果世界上有更多的好人可以一起口说好话，手做好事，脚走好路，相信这个世界会更平安祥和。
I'm very grateful for so many of you to take on this vow to join the Tzu family and to carry this mission forth together. In this turbulent time that we see in this world and our society, it's very important that we are able to unite in a force of goodness and compassion. And like Master says, we should do good deeds with our hands and walk the path with our feet and have good thoughts with our minds. And with that, we will be able to combine into a force of goodwill.
也非常感恩今天有在印度、尼泊尔跟孟加拉新加入的志工，本会这边会授予他们志工证，来欢迎他们加入这个慈济大家庭。
And we want to especially encourage some of our volunteers from India, Nepal, and Bangladesh who are entering into our advanced volunteer training program this year. And in Taiwan here at the headquarters, we will also now present them with their volunteer ID and badges to encourage them to take on this mission and process towards the certification course.
今天的线上是英文培训的课程，那期待的是大家借由这样子共聚在一起的学习，了解净师法脉，整个源头是在花莲的净师精舍。那培训也是为了培育慈济宗门的精神，更是培育有慈悲心的人才。
And today we joined you together for our English volunteer training program. It's very important that all of us understand that Tzu Chi finds its roots in Hualien, Taiwan, at the Jingsi abode. And through this training course, what we intend to achieve is for everyone to find our roots in the Jingsi lineage. But more importantly, the training program not only trains volunteers, but also trains us as disciples to the school of Buddhism, Tzu Chi Buddhism.
因为现在整个气候变迁、四大不调、天灾的一个频乃，那这1-2年又遇到了COVID-19 的疫情，然后世界各地也有将近80亿的人口，但是有几乎10%在面临的饥饿的边缘。那近日又遇上了俄罗斯跟乌克兰的战乱，其实是非常非常令人担心的。
And with the increased disasters around the world due to climate change or anthropogenic disasters, and also the recent years of the COVID pandemic that we have been experiencing even to this day, we are seeing this increased disasters, and it's very important that all of us have the right mindsets together to carry forth.
所以我们需要这样培训的课程，让更多的志工菩萨了解上人想要做的事，上人想要积极展开救援的工作。
And so we need more volunteers to understand the sense of urgency that Master preaches with us, that this kind of compassion and relief work must be carried forward urgently.
在整个培训的课程当中，教大家6个方法，也就是在佛教来讲的6度万行。
I'd like to share with everyone 6 methods of training in Buddhism, and this is what we call the 6 parameters in Buddhism.
第一个是布施，在上课的过程当中，我们一定是要能够布施自己的时间，更是布施自己的心脑，要专注在学习上面。
And the first one is generosity and giving. So how we give our time and give our mind and concentration to the learning of the teachings.
也要做到。第二是做到持戒，就是要抱持的一份戒慎虔诚的心，因为讲师们是那么用心的为我们准备，那当然我们更要遵守时间，要准时的上线来上课。
The second one is upholding precepts and self-discipline. So in this course, everyone has prepared very mindfully to suit every volunteer from different countries. So we must uphold our time and be aware of to be on time, and also to focus in learning this program.
第3个方法是忍辱，所以当然不是说会碰到很多的挫折，但是我们还是要注意自己的时间，因为可能工作忙碌、事业忙碌，但是当上课的时间又是长的时候，我们也要持着一份忍耐的心来学习。
And the third one is endurance and humility. So in this course, it may be a long path towards certification, and we may have many affairs in our day-to-day life, and these programs can also be quite long as well. But we must have the endurance and humility to understand it is a very necessary step for us in walking the Bodhisattva path. And so we must endure through these challenges.
第4个方法是精进。那上人时常教导我们要精而不杂，进而不退。既然发心立愿要学习，那我们就要一步一步的把握分秒，然后精进向前学习。
And the fourth one is diligence. So in diligence, Master Chen Yun often describes it as to pursue the essence without losing the concentration, and also to proceed forward without taking a step back. So in the program that we are about to participate, we should all carry this spirit and study hard and concentrate.
第5个法门是禅定。其实一般人以为禅定就是打坐， 然后就是进入禅修的过程。但是以上人告诉我们，在动静语默当中都可以修禅，那更要在学习的过程当中有思维修，好好的思考讲师告诉我们的，我们学习到了如何发挥在你的生活、你的事业推动当中。
And the fifth one is samadhi, or meditative concentration. And when we talk about this, often people misinterpret it as sitting down to do a meditation practice. But in fact, Master Cheng Yen tells us meditative concentration can be put into practice in all different movements of life, both still and physical movements. So when we listen to our lectures today, and we should reflect and think about how we can put this into practice in our day-to-day life, and also in how when we carry out our Tzu works.
第六个方法最重要的是开启智慧，从布施、持戒、忍辱、精进、禅定这个过程到最后，学习的过程当中，我们不是只有学一般的知识，我们要学习到的是分别智、平等慧，因为我们要懂得判断是非，才能够把正确的方法告诉别人。那更要学习到就是众生平等这样一个智慧，才能去抚慰更多苦难的人。
And through the 6 parameters, generosity, precepts, endurance, diligence, and samadhi, it finally leads to wisdom. Through this program, what we endeavor to do is not only to attain physical knowledge, but it is also to inspire our own wisdom and cultivate our wisdom life. So we must, through this program, activate our wisdom learning by trying to learn how to understand what is right and what is wrong, and also to have the awareness that all life is equal and equality is among us, so we can implement these charitable spirits and principles in our day-to-day operations.
少年也常常告诉我们说，坚持才会看到希望。那培训之路可能会给大家很多的挑战，但是我相信只要加油、有心有愿，一定会达成目标。
Master says, as long as we have the vow and have the heart, we'll be able to achieve our goals. In this program, I can foresee that perhaps some of us will encounter some challenges, but as long as we have the will, we will be able to overcome them and be successful.
我们也期待疫情早日可以平息。那在线上所有的法亲家人们，新发役的志工有因缘回到了金狮金舍，可以见师一面。那也期待培训之路圆满之后，可以回来让上人受证。
And we hope also that the COVID pandemic will dissipate very soon, and all of our Dharma family members and city volunteers who are online will be able to have the chance to come back to Huali and to Taiwan. And even more, for those who are able to accomplish and complete the certification training course, we'll have the chance for Master Cheng Yen to hand the volunteer badge to you in person.
最后也要非常感恩工作团队哦，听说只有5位的菩萨，但是他们发了大心哦，学习小蚂蚁的精神，想要转动须弥山，更是学习灰金钩萤火虫的精神，希望陪伴着大家一起来照亮黑暗的角落，然后带给这世界光明。
Also want to thank the staff team who are behind the scenes. Heard there's only 5 of them, but they are learning the spirits of the ants who are able to flip the mountain, and also the spirit of the fireflies accompanying everyone to light up the dark corners around the world. So very grateful to our staff team as well.
好，非常感恩大家，祝福大家福慧双修，然后培训的过程当中能够顺利圆满，感恩。
And thank you, everyone. I'm very grateful to you all, and we pass my blessings to you all, and we hope everyone will be successful in this journey forth. Thank you.